It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the 3rd Annual Santa Clara County Youth Conference. Turning dreams into reality can be more than a theme. It can be your future. Today, our primary goal is to empower you to believe in yourselves and strive for your dream. Remember, you have the power to turn your dreams into reality. Thank you and have a great day.
It's awesome. I'm actually pleasantly surprised and almost in disbelief the amount of resources that are being shared here today. It's just really been meeting their needs, and I think they're pleasantly surprised as well because it hasn't been something that's been difficult for them to sit through.
This guy came out here all this way and kind of talked to them about things that they can relate to and told a story in a relatable way.
In my mind, I was like this, In reality,
I thought it was really good, and it kind of told us how to make good life choices and be responsible, because a lot of things have consequences and your words do matter.
The voice inside of me, no! But you know what I did? I was stupid.
It taught us a lot about who to choose and what choices in your life to make and what direction to go into.
You have an outer voice, but you might not always think that it'll matter, and you always try to go with peer pressure, but actually it can matter.
I didn't listen to that voice inside that said, no, don't do this. I'm here to protect you. I said, I'm gonna do this anyway. That didn't work out.
Your voice is really the impetus for the choices that you make and the experiences that you will have in life. And those things really matter. You know, middle school is sort of where the seeds of who we are and our ideas and our language and our voice begins to come to fruition. And I think I was trying to make the connection between my experiences in middle school and my experiences as an adult and the lessons learned, specifically and targeted to my voice and how my voice showed up and didn't show up in certain circumstances. And so I'm hoping that our children walk away with some of those connections and sort of think about the impact that it has on their lives, both in the immediate and potentially in the future.
Pause for a second. Talk to someone. Friend, adult, don't be in the same position that I was, where I didn't feel I could talk to somebody because it could have lifelong consequences.
I went to the Be Yourself session and the high school panel session. They talked about how you can be the change, people can listen to you. Then we talked about what you yourself can change, and I feel that they had a very good point.
The anti-tobacco and the vape thing is huge, and I think we're getting some good quality information, and I think they're going to be able to take back a lot of the information, not only just for their peers, but for staff and teachers.
Vaping is really bad, and they target kids with different flavors, because if you start smoking as a kid, you grow into it and you're spending money on their products.
I didn't know before that the movies that include smoking could convince them into thinking that it's nothing bad, but it really is.
When you feel sad, when you feel angry, when you feel anxiety because you have a test or you have something coming up and you know it's going to be trouble, those are all things that are going on in your head. And if you don't talk to people about them, more than likely you're going to figure out another way to cope with them, which could lead you to drugs and alcohol.
It's great to have something that I can take them out of their little box and their little world and then come see, oh, there's other kids from other communities that, you know, have the same issues. You know, it's not just the kids in downtown San Jose, it's kids from Sunnyvale. You know, so this, for them to see, like, it's not just my problem, it's not just our problem, it's a big, greater issue. I think that's the biggest part I'm gonna take away, and I think my students will take away.
We need to get this information out there. It needs to touch just about everyone here in this valley, because the more information we have, I think the better off we'll be, and the better off our future of our children will be.
We have our respective voice, and there's power in that voice, and really understanding how you utilize that is the way we are going to be able to move our work forward. And the work, in my opinion, is making sure that children feel safe and empowered to be exactly who they want to be.